And hi everybody, it's me, Kyle. One of the guys from Multiverse. And I randomly came in today, and I got on YouTube to have up, because social media content creator and all that jazz. And I saw Marvel was doing something live. It just said announcement. I was like, okay, cool. Let me watch this. And then it starts with like just chairs, like director chairs, and it had Chris Hemsworth's name. I was like, okay, cool. Let me just sit down and watch this. And I'll get to a point in this in a minute. And it went to a few bits later. It changed it to the Avengers Doomsday cast announcement. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I watched the like 4 hours of it. Like, it was really good. Wasn't really good. It was just literally like still shots of the chairs for like, say 12 minutes. Then we went to another one. So I thought, hey, this is cool. Let me do a video when it's finished, right? I did some like reactions to some of the casting on our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, it's all there. And then I thought, you know what, let me just do a big video about what has happened and how I feel about this. Because the film comes out next year, around April next year? Around my birthday, I think it is. But anyways, so it started with Chris Hemsworth. I'm going to read off the names that I'm excited for. I'll try and read most of these because some people, I don't know how to say the names. So, obviously Chris Hemsworth is coming back as Thor. You got Vanessa Kirby, who is not Mrs. Invisible, the Invisible Woman or Invisible Girl, how it depends where it is. Anthony Mackie's returning as Captain America. Sebastian Stan, who's coming back as Winter Soldier, or was he called White Wolf, whatever it is. I still prefer Winter Soldier. Hopefully they ain't changed it to that. And then Letitia Wright, coming back as Black Panther. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. Wyatt Russell coming back as the US agent. So I'm guessing he survives in Black Bolt, Thunderbolts. It could be a variant, who knows. And then the guy who plays Namor, I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Apparently he's coming back. And Ebon Moss Batra, I've probably butchered that, who I believe is playing the Thing in the new Fantastic Four. And Sim Liu is coming back, my boy, Shang-Chi. Florence Pugh is coming back as the White Widow, I'm guessing. Again, I guess she survived. And then this is where it gets interesting, right? Kelsey Grammer is coming back as Beast, right? The Beast we saw at the end of the Marvels when Binary showed up in the other world and we saw Beast. And it was like animated style looking Beast, so it's pretty cool. Lewis Pullman, who is playing Johnny Storm, if I'm correct. Yep. And then we got Danny Ramirez. I don't actually know who that is. Someone could fill me in on that. No, is Danny Ramirez the guy who plays Falcon? I think so. And then, was it Joseph Quinn? One or two, I don't actually remember. I feel really bad for getting them mixed up. Then David Herbert, who's coming back as the Crimson Guard, is that his name? From Black Widow and Thunderbolts. And then Winston Duke Mulbayu from Black Panther. So that's cool that he's coming back. I like him. Hannah Jo Killman. Girl plays Ghost from Ant-Man and Wasp and also Thunderbolts. Loki's back, Tom Hiddleston, which is pretty cool. This is where I started caring a lot, right? And this is where my bias comes out, because, I love the people with the X gene, my boys, my girls, my family, the people I relate to most in the comic book world. This is where it gets interesting, right? Patrick Stewart is coming back as Professor Xavier. And I was like, okay, that's cool. We've already seen Professor Xavier in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I thought it might be that one, but that one's dead. And then Sir Ian McKenna. I was like, Magneto. Okay. All right. And then Alan Cumming, who, again, he played Nightcrawler in X-Men 2, or X2, X-Men United, right? So I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then his mum's in it, Rebecca Mystique. I'm terrible with the names. Mystique, she's in it. I was like, okay, even more interesting. And then the biggest one that surprised me, the biggest one, the greatest one. Well, yeah, it's the greatest one. Second greatest one. No, it is the greatest one. Second one, what I'm going to come to next is awesome as well. James Madsden, Donut Lord, aka Tom, aka Cyclops. So like, oh snap, Cyclops is back. This is crazy. And it made me think, okay, the X-Men from the Fox universe, they're probably going to finally get their, like, you know, their goodbye. So that's a pretty cool thing, right? Because, you know, at the end of Wolverine, X-Men, Deadpool Wolverine, like, it was kind of a goodbye to the Fox universe. So this might be the cement of it, right? And then Channing Tatum, Gambit. And I was like, oh, snap. Okay. He gets to fulfill his destiny of finally playing Gambit and say, whoa. So that's cool. And then Pedro Pascal, I was like, okay, that's kind of obvious if the other three members of Fantastic Four are in it. So he would be in it, right? It makes sense, innit? And then it ends with everyone's favorite RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., walking on the set, walking past all the chairs, and then sits on his chair, and then it says, shh, and then goes like showmanship thing, and then he walks off, and it says, Avengers Doomsday, now in production. So like, wow, dog. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. What's going to happen in this film, I have no idea, but I'm pretty excited, but I'm not too excited because I don't get excited for things, so then you get disappointed. But I'm pretty excited to see this. I wonder if the one after this, because obviously it's going to be a two-part thing, because it's Doomsday and I can't remember what the other one is. I can't remember they said, or they probably say it afterwards, because they just did Infinity War Part 1 and 2, but then Infinity War Part 2 just became Avengers Endgame. So they probably name it something else, right? Like Secret Wars or Battle World or something. It's going to probably be on the third one. And I wonder if they're going to have more like multiversal people in it. Like, will we see Nick Cage as Ghost Rider? Wesley Snipes, will he come back? Like, there's so many cool things that's going, like, I'm looking forward to. So hopefully I live that long to see both of them. But let me know what you thought of this. Like, you know, leave a comment down below. Are you excited as I am? And let me know which names I butchered, and I will try better. Anyways, guys, I have been Kyle, and thank you for taking a trip with me quickly around what seems to be the Marvel multiverse in this movie. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, check out our last video, which was about the Flash TV show. Some people didn't know it exists. But anyways, see you guys in the next one. Bye.